Alright, this is a moment I've long been waiting for. These are Julian Boots. Julian Boots. Not too many videos on these. Not too much information on these. On the box here, we shall see that leather. It has chrome excel, cowhide, cord. I don't know what FC would be. Color, black, brown, green, dark cherry. Color C, I guess for Cordovan. Number 8, number 4, bourbon, black. These, sole, leather, nailed, airborne. Sizes 6 through 12. You can't see that, it's under the tape, but what we have here is color C for Cordovan. So we're going to be doing Cordovan, and this is more like bourbon. This color, it's kind of a mix. I think technically these are going to be cigar. This is Horween Cordovan, by the way, just to clarify. You're damn right it took me forever to open this box. Alright, I'm praying to God they fit. They're supposed to be true to size. So like a 9D. Let's just look at one first. So it's in some kind of wool bag, which is a nice touch. That means, you know, unlike whites, they actually care if it gets scratched up. Actually has Julian's name on the boot bag. Oh God, moment of truth. Wish me luck. Let's start with the bottom. So we got the Airbourne Biltrite sole. This is a Goodyear welted boot, by the way. Look at that bottom. Perfectly smooth leather up there. Alright, here we go. Wow. Yeah, and like not a scratch on these things either. That's the other cool part. Like on the actual uppers. Let's take a closer look at this. Look at that. Now they are a little darker than I expected, so they really are cigar. I thought they were going to be a little lighter, like whiskey. No, they're definitely a brown, you know, a cigar brown. That toe box is great. That structure, because it's like heavily structured right here in the bump toe area, but then the rest of it is not overly structured. I like that the toe cap stitching is the same color, so it doesn't like stand out like too much, because you know, I hate like white toe cap stitching. It just jumps out too much. I don't want to be like hit in the face with the toe cap. He does this thing with the heel stack where it's just so many layers of heel. You can just see so many more like individual stacks. It's pretty neat. The roll top is a great touch. It's one of the things I like most about it. The counter is quite slender. Now I think it is a leather counter. It is it's not overly stiff, but it's stiff enough that it does feel like the real deal. Everything about this boot's the real deal, now that I actually have it in my hand. Because God forbid, I was worried, like, you know, maybe there were leatherboard components or something. No. And it's not, even though it's a half sole, it's not a double midsole. He just finishes the bottom. Look, you can see the polish. You can see it. So the way it's finished, I mean, yeah, this guy really makes an effort. I got a great deal on these. I contacted Julian Boots through eBay, pull loops here. Antiqued brass eyelets, which goes really good with this color. And we have the brown stain on the edging. I think natural would have looked cool too for the edging. He did not nail these in, which, I mean, that's a work boot kind of thing, but it would have been kind of thorough if he did. But then again, I mean, I guess it will be easier to resole down the line. This is weird. There's a little bit of like paint from this part that like wore off or something. I don't know how they put these on, these Airbourne soles, but it looks really cool. You know, it's like that Biltrite, cat's paw kind of aesthetic. I like the shape here. That's a nice heel block right there. The size threw me off. When I'm looking at this, that looks like a 6 to me. Like, is that a 0 or a 6? Because it looks like a 6. So I hope it's not. I hope it's a 9. I mean, it looks like it's gonna fit me just by looking at it, which is great. This was not cheap for me in the slightest. I mean, I've spent a good bit on boots, don't get me wrong, but, ooh, I don't know if I like the tongue. We'll get into that. Yeah, I mean, these were, what did I pay? I think I paid total, like, $8.75. Brand new, these boots are, like, $1,600. It might even be $1,700, because they're made of Cordovan. Now you can get them in a cheaper material, like a chrome excel, and I think they're like $800 then. So I got a pretty good deal, all things considered. And I talked a lot to his, to Francesca. She actually does a lot of the, you know, the clerical type stuff for Julian Boots, and later found out that's his mother. Very nice Italian lady. I felt like I was talking to my grandmother or something, talking with her, and she's very personable. Really enjoyed our conversations. There we go. It says Julian in the bottom there with the sock liner, half sock liner. I don't know if this is a leather insole, or maybe it's like a pig skin at the bottom of it. Huh, it doesn't feel like just veg tan. So, here's a look at it straight on. Very nice shape, am I right? Oh, it's kind of not fitting in this frame. Very nice footprint. Alright, let's look at the other one. There's the card with the phone number. Oh, there's Francesca's information on the back. So yeah, they're based in Los Angeles, California, United States. Julian spends a lot of time traveling around though. And so the last thing I heard, he had come to visit her while I was in the process of buying these. I bought them in 3 payments. She really worked with me on these. I mean, not only the discount itself, but she allowed me to pay in installments, which was really nice of her. I think she just really felt for me, you know, was sympathetic to how much I actually wanted them, but my financial situations. So look at the edging. That edge is so shiny. I mean, that's the little attention to detail stuff that I really admire. And I noticed that with pretty much all his boots, he shines up the edges really well. Like, that's cool. And wow, look, I mean, yeah, they're pristine. Like, this is like night and day from P&W boots. There's not a mark on this boot. Look at that shine. I gotta shine the other one like this. This one is way more shined up. Now you really can see how it's Cordovan. Horween Cordovan and brown. I mean, Cordovan, it's hard to find Cordovan boots. First off, it's hard to find all leather constructed Cordovan boots, number one. P&W brands don't offer it anymore, so that sucks. Otherwise, you're dealing with Alden and Allen Edmonds, and they're pretty much, they're dress boots. You also have like the Wolf, the 1,000 Mile you can get, but all three of those brands, even though they're like heritage American brands, been around forever, they're no good. I mean, they just, oh wow, now that is some Cordovan right there. That is some super shell right in this area. Holy jeez. Yeah. Shell is amazing. It's almost plasticky. It's a membrane of a horse, if you didn't know when you're watching this. It is leather, but it's kind of like a gray area because it's under the horse's skin on its ass. It's like horse butt plus. So yeah, technically it is horsehide. So this left boot is even more astounding for some reason. But yeah, anyhow, first off, it's hard to get Horween Cordovan boots because they're so expensive. You can't get good quality ones, all leather construction anymore. And they generally, the most popular colors are black and color 8. And color 8 is like a purple, reddish purple, burgundy color with some brown to it, and then black is black. So these kind of colors, all the browns and the brighter reds, and they even have blue. They which Julian offers, the midnight blue Cordovan. They're just harder to get. It's harder to get the other colors. All like the liquor colors, bourbon, whiskey, brandy, those kind of colors, cognac, they're hard to come by. Cigar, and this is supposed to be cigar. But I mean, they're all really closely related. Cigar, brandy, cognac. The whiskey is generally a bit lighter. But I mean, you might be able to call this cognac or bourbon. But yeah, I guess it is dark enough to be called cigar, so. But they didn't even have cigar written on the box, so who knows. Here is a con I have already. I like that it has speed hooks, first off. Like I said, the Madison is all eyelets, and so that makes it like more dressy, I would think. Because this is a fine line between casual and dressy. Because of the bump toe in the front, how it raises up. And the keel is just a little taller than a dress boot, so this has a very, in that balance of dressy and casual at the same time. But yeah, from what I can tell, I'm not happy with this tongue. This tongue quality, it's very thin and a little limp. It would have been nice if the tongue was also Cordovan. That's my main problem with it. And usually when you see these boots, they're always photographed laced up like this, real tight. You don't even notice the tongue. Probably should have asked, because this is like a pebbled, tumbled tongue. I mean, it's definitely a cheaper quality. It's not saying it ruins it for me, but have to make a note of that. I'm sure, I mean, he does made to order stuff too, so if you specified that you wanted that tongue to be Cordovan too, I'm sure he could do it. Even Allen Edmonds makes the Higgins Mill boot, which is a plain toe casual dress boot, and that even has a Cordovan tongue on it. So you would think that he would go all out. I mean, he went all out otherwise. This boot is pretty amazing. So these are size 9. I'm going to try them on real quick and let you know what I think. Say a little prayer for me real quick. Please fit. think they're gonna fit great. Ooh. Oh, wow. Yes, very happy with this first one. Holy shit. Okay, I'm sold. I like them a lot. Wow. This is like everything a friggin' Doc Marten should be. You know what I mean? Like, my boot journey started with Doc Martens, and I guess it's ending with these. Because this reminds me of, like, what a Doc Marten should be, like, in theory. Like, this is so friggin' nice. Oh my god. It's weird, because the way you tighten them up, like, it doesn't really leave any, I guess that's why the tongue is the way it is, because... Ooh, these are hard to find. I think I want to get leather laces. I'm just so used to them by now. I don't like paracord nylon stuff. But yeah, it doesn't leave a lot of space in between the eyelets on each side. So there it is. God damn, these are fucking cool as shit. Yeah, these are probably going to be my favorite boots now. Jesus. They're really good. I mean, God, he really makes a good boot. Damn, the fit is good. Oh, yeah, this one's even better. Very snug on my... it's hugging the sides of my feet perfectly in the waist. And it comes out so nicely in the toe. This guy knows how to make a boot. Holy shit. You know, this is the kind of boot that you kind of fuss over because of the looks of it. You know, it's aesthetically pleasing. It's simple but elegant kind of thing. Classic design. Yada yada. The spacing on the eyelets, or the speed hooks, they're nice and wide. Which actually make it that much better for leather. Rather than these paracord ones, because these cotton laces are so thin and everything. There's not much meat to them, so they don't want to sit in the wide eyelets or speed hook spacing. So I think maybe I'll get leather ones for it. And it might be a nice coffee contrast. You know, the leather laces are black and like cream colored. That cream colored white. Holy shit. Dude, these are fucking... I'm sorry I'm cursing away and everything. I'm very impressed with the fit. I didn't think the fit would be that good. I mean, it's a shame to say, but I'm that impressed with it. That's why. It's just better than everything I expected fit-wise. I thought maybe... Because they're kind of dress boot looking, you know what I mean? And dress boots aren't that comfortable at times. I mean, I know, you know, my Allen Edmonds kind of feel like slippers, but they are comfortable. It's just they usually feel kind of thin and, like, fragile. These feel like perfect balance between, like, sturdy and, like, just super fucking comfortable. Like, P&Ws are so heavy compared to these. And that's, I wonder what the shank is, or if there even is a shank. I would assume there's a shank. It doesn't have arch support per se, but the waist is in so tight that it's just, it feels like there's arch support, if that makes any sense to you. God, when I look down though, it's the shape that really gets me. He contoured this thing in the best way possible. Yeah, I mean, here it is. Look at the bump toe. When I say this is a comfortable boot, it is so comfortable. I don't think I'll ever want to take them off. Heel stack, it's just everything, like these, it's that perfect balance between a P&W and something like Alden. I love these. I'll give you comparisons on other boots in the future. Yeah, I'll see ya. Great unboxing.